Hi friends, how are you all? I hope you all are doing well. My name is Sanju and welcome to my channel English with Sanju. And I request you to watch the full or complete video. And we are at chapter 2 of A Room of One's Own by Virginia Woolf. So let's begin. The scene, if I may ask you to follow, was now changed. The leaves were still falling, but in London now, not Oxbridge, and I must ask you to imagine a room like many thousands with window looking across people's hats, van, motor cars to other windows, and on the table inside the room a blank sheet of paper on which was written in large letters women and fiction, but no more. The inevitable sequel to lunching and dining at Oxbridge seemed unfortunately to be a visit to the British Museum. One must train off what was personal and accidental in all these impressions and so reach the pure fluid, the essential oil of truth. For what visit to Oxbridge and the luncheon and the dinner had started a swarm of questions. Why did men drink wine and women water? Why was one sex so prosperous and the other so poor? What effect has poverty on fiction? What conditions are necessary for the creation of works of art? 1,000 questions at once suggested themselves, but one needed answers, not questions. And an answer was only to be had by consulting the learned and the unprejudiced, who had removed themselves above the strife of tongue and the confusion of body and issued the result of their reasoning and research in books which are to be found in the British Museum. If truth is not to be found on the shelves of the British Museum, where, I asked myself, picking up a notebook and a pencil, is truth? Thus provided, thus confident and inquiring, I set out in the pursuit of truth. The day, though not actually wet, was dismal, and the streets in the neighborhood of the museum were full of open coal holes down with sacks were showering, four-wheeled cabs were drawing up and depositing on the pavement corded boxes containing presumably the entire wardrobe of some Swiss or Italian family seeking fortune or refuge, or some other desirable commodity which is to be found in the boarding houses of Bloomsbury in the winter. The usual hoarse-voiced men paraded the streets with plants on barrows. Some shouted, others sang. London was like a workshop. London was like a machine. We were all being shot backwards and forwards on this plain foundation to make some pattern. The British Municipal was another department of the factory. The swing door swung open and there one stood under the vast dome, as if one were a thought in huge bald forehead, which is so splendidly encircled by a band of famous names. One went to the counter, one took a slip of paper, one opened a volume of the catalogue, and 5 dots here indicates 5 separate minutes of stupefaction, wonder and bewilderment. Have you any notion of how many books are written about women in the course of 1 year? Have you any notion how many are written by men? Are you aware that you are perhaps the most discussed animal in the universe? Here had I come with a notebook and a pencil, proposing to spend a morning reading, supposing that at the end of the morning I should have transferred the truth to my notebook, but I should need to be a herd of elephants, I thought, and a wilderness of spiders. desperately referring to the animals that are reputed longest lived and most multitudinously eyed to cope with all this. So this is page 30. We'll begin from here tomorrow and begin with the second line. I should need claws of steel. Hope the video was useful for you. Please hit the like button, comment for suggestions and feedback, share it with every person you know, subscribe and ask all your friends to subscribe, and when you subscribe hit the bell icon so that you get all notifications from my channel. Till then, it's bye from me, Sanju. Take good care of your family and your friends, and goodbye till the next video.